You know, initially I was gonna make a video, kind of updating you guys on what's up with Daniel Jones, concussion protocol, the rest of the injured players and things like that. I had a very similar video out, I think it was on Monday earlier this week, where it was like updating all of the injured players on the Giants. To be honest with you, not too much has changed. I know Daniel's progressing well in concussion protocol, and that's really all there is to say about it. It's still not sure whether or not he's going to play against the Rams, and I still hold the belief that none of our guys should play against the Rams. I think they should all take like an extra week off. I just want them to be healthy moving forward, not just for the season, just to the rest of their lives, man. But the more and more I thought about doing that video, the more and more something that I saw on Sunday couldn't get out of my head. And that was Kyle Rudolph. That was Kyle Rudolph on the same play, the same exchange, I guess you could call it, where Kadarius Toney got kicked out of the game. You know what I'm saying? He got kicked out of the game. My mustache is on my lip. Where Kadarius Toney got kicked out of the game because he threw a punch at the Cowboys players, which, by the way, as I already said, they were roughing him up all game. He just had a little too much. He fired back, right? But that whole exchange started because of Kyle Rudolph. This man literally ran into like a huddle of players and threw himself at them, throwing down a couple of players, Toney being one of them, and then got up, walked away. The fight broke out. He looked back, he saw the fight broke out, continued to walk away, and like Evan Ingram was the only dude there supporting Kadarius Toney. And it's just like, what? This man Kyle Rudolph was the instigator. He left, and then he didn't even go back to support his teammate. You're a veteran? Aren't the veterans supposed to be the dudes protecting the younger guys? Aren't the veterans supposed to be the dudes warning the younger guys not to be instigators? And yet Kyle Rudolph is out here instigating fights? Like what? Listen, and this isn't just a Kyle Rudolph rant video, right? I'm sure you guys can already tell it's a little bit of a rant video. This is about everybody on the Giants right now that's there to collect a check. There's a good amount of people on this team that are there just to play football, to get their check, and to leave. They're just there to clock in, clock out. And you know what? Is that respectable? Yeah, I could respect it a little bit. It's a job. However, you never want your football team to be made up of players that are just there to cash in and cash out. You know what I'm saying? Or I should say clock in, clock out, and then cash out at the end of the day. And we have a couple players like that. They're just there on the field, not showing passion, not putting that extra step forward, that don't look like they want to be there, but they're there because it's in their contract. They're not showing the effort that we've seen previously. Kyle Rudolph is one of them, and I'm wrong on this guy because in the offseason I made a whole video called Kyle Rudolph was going to be our best signing. Man, was I wrong about that? I thought he still had a little bit of a step left in him. I know he was no type of blazing tight end, but what I do know is based off of previous years, yeah, great hands. We haven't really used him that much in the passing game. I'm not blaming anybody because with everything on this team, that goes on multiple people. That could go on Jason, that could go on Kyle himself, that could go on Daniel for not seeing him. Wherever the case may be, we haven't used him that much. We're literally paying him to just be a blocking tight end out there, and you could find a cheaper blocking tight end, and then we're paying a guy that's supposed to be once again a veteran that protects the young guys, that teaches them what not to do. He's doing the exact opposite of that. How is it that Evan Ingram was the only player in Giants blue that went to Kadarius Toney's support when Kadarius got during that exchange, where the fight happened? It wasn't even really a fight. You guys know what I'm talking about. That makes no sense to me. How is it that Evan Ingram, the guy that has like the most problems on the field with the New York Giants, is the only guy I could respect from that exchange, man? Because going back to there's dudes here that just want to collect checks, there's not guys here that want to be Giants. They're here because we were the only team that signed them. Kyle Rudolph is one of them. A couple people on the defensive side of the football I wholeheartedly believe are there too, like Danny Shelton. This guy, we signed a 350-pound defensive lineman that's supposed to be just a fat guy up the middle to stuff the run. That's your only job, and every single time you're out there, you're like getting pancaked by offensive linemen. Like, you don't have any balance, bro. You've been playing in the NFL for how long? You were a first-round pick. Like, Danny Shelton has been a horrendous signing. Austin Johnson is he's okay. You know what I'm saying? But Austin Johnson, he ain't no Dalvin. And I was wrong about that too. I thought the combination of those guys could satisfy what we're missing in Dalvin. Nah. Those guys are just there to collect checks. And I know Austin had a sack. And you know, I'm gonna be fair to Austin Johnson. He's not been terrible, but he ain't been great. He ain't even been good. I think he's been average at best. Danny Shelton's here to collect a check. You know what I'm saying? It seems like half the time our secondary is here to collect a check. And I really don't want to question the effort of those guys because they've been here since last year. Right? You know, James Bradbury was here last year. But at some point, I'm like, yo, how much of a drop-off in performance can you realistically have? You know what I mean? Logan Ryan looks terrible compared to his 2020 self. Jabril Peppers ain't even being used. And that's on Patrick Graham. My God. Is Kenny Galladay here to collect a check? Going back to the offensive side of the ball? I could be wrong on this, but where is Kenny Galladay, bro? How long are you going to be injured? Like, for real. How long are you going to be injured? We had to deal with clowns from every other rival team coming at us because we signed the most injury-prone wide receiver on the market. That also happened to be the best wide receiver on the market. Wow, what a lucky draw that was. And they were like, Kenny ain't even going to see the field. Well, guess what? They right. He's had one good game so far. It was against the Saints. One good game. Other than that, he's been completely injured and not involved at all. You know what I'm saying? How long are you going to be injured, bro? And even when you're healthy, it's like, I don't know. The Saints game, I guess you could argue, was the healthiest he's been. I think he was healthy during the Falcons game. There's not really much using him. Is that on you? Is that on Garrett? Is that on Daniel? I don't know. What I do know is that as of right now, you're a waste of money. And once again, it might not even be your fault. But that $20 million that we gave you, man, that could be going somewhere else. That could be going to another line player. That could be going to another edge rusher. Lorenzo Carter, O'Shane, y'all are here to collect checks, man. I don't want to hear it. And I'm actually not even questioning the effort. Those guys, they're just busts, man. This team has a good core, right? This team has a good core. But that's it, just the core. Like, we got a quarterback. We got a left tackle. Maybe we retain Will Hernandez. We got a guard. We don't know what's happening in that right tackle spot. We don't know what's happening in that other guard spot. If Nick Gates can come back healthy, we got a center, right? I don't know what in the world is going to happen with Saquon. I don't. The dude is injured too much. And he's my favorite player on the Giants. You guys know this. The whole reason... Saquon Barkley is one of the main reasons I even started my channel. Alright, so don't come at me calling me a Saquon hater. But we might not even re-sign this guy. He's just too injury prone. For as much talent as he has, it's crazy that he can't even see the field. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to wide receiver. The only sure thing at wide receiver right now is Kadarius Toney, and that's because he's a rookie. Forget the fact that he's actually a great wide receiver and that he's a great playmaker. No, it's because he's a rookie. That's why he's the only sure thing. I know we just restructured Shepard's contract, and he's been doing good, but he ain't safe because he's just as injury prone as Saquon. Like, come on. Kenny Galladay, we might keep him just because we got him on like a big contract. There's not going to be no way to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't really know about any other receivers, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a good core once again. You go to the defensive side. Leonard Williams, and I've been defending Leonard Williams on Twitter as well. You know what I'm saying? He's part of that good core. It's not... I was about to say it's not his fault. It's not all his fault that he hasn't been as effective as he was last year. They're playing him out of position sometimes, putting him to do things that he wasn't doing last year, and he literally has no type of help from the edge. At least there was some edge rush last year. We're probably the worst team when it comes to pass rush in the league. Going back to Lorenzo and O'Shane, two dudes that are here to collect checks, and I'm willing to call them draft busts. They ain't doing nothing. But I know Leo hasn't been the same. He's still been wrecking havoc in the trenches, though. He's still been a good run stuffer. But he's not what we expected, right? Which is why everybody's questioning the $20 million we gave him. Dexter Lawrence, I've been questioning since week 2. I mean, where is Dexter Lawrence? You know, I don't know if they're playing him out of position or something, but he's kind of missing as well. This entire defense is missing. Let's call it what it is. Is Blake going to be part of that core? As much as I love Blake Martinez, and I do, I hope he's here next year. And I hope we keep him. There's not really much of a reason to get rid of him unless they want to look at a way to get rid of easy cap. Because there is going to be a team around there that's going to want to trade for Blake Martinez. Even coming off the ACL, believe me. The secondary, we're going to have to get rid of Logan Ryan. He clearly had a drop-off. Jabril, I'm not sure. He's on the last year of his contract as well. I would like to keep him, but they don't even use him that much anymore. That's with Patrick Graham. McKinney, sometimes it seems like they don't know how to use him. Then we got Love. Bradbury, there's people already, Giants fans, that already want to get rid of him off of one bad year. Like, I can't even necessarily blame him. Once again, we got a good core, but after that core, not so good. And the not so good is made up a good amount of dudes that are just here to collect checks and draft busts. It's just like, I can't stop thinking about that. I can't stop thinking about that play on Sunday. Kyle Rudolph was the instigator, basically the reason Tony got kicked out, and he tried to act as if nothing happened. He didn't even go back to support his teammate, man. What a representation of our season, almost. Get this man off my team, bro. I don't want to see him. You know what I'm saying? That's literally it. I ain't got nothing else to say. Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Is there any other players on here that you're just like, I don't want to see you on the team? What do you think about that Kyle Rudolph thing? And that's it for now. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.